Hello. For my book talk, I'm going to be talking about The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter. This book, as you can see from the subtitle, is Embrace Discomfort to Reclaim Your Wild, Happy, Healthy Self. This was written in May of 2021, so it's a very new book. It's nonfiction, so it's about true events. His argument, or in this book, Michael Easter makes the argument that we're living too comfortably, and he kind of gives some science to show how the research is catching up with the idea that we're living too comfortably and that's kind of damaging our lifestyles. And he explains how we can reclaim that wildness. And he shares some of his own stories and shares his experience researching out in the wild as to how we can enjoy life more by seeking and embracing discomfort. So really interesting read. People who might like this, I would say if you like nonfiction, you might like this. If you like good writing, he has some really funny comments in here. He has a really good bear story in here. If you're an outdoorsy person, you'll like this. If you like learning about new studies relating to science, nutrition, exercise, all that stuff, that's in here. And if you think a lot, this book has a lot of depth to it, so I think you'll like it if that describes you. It has 304 pages. It's a little bit longer. It does have like sciencey jargon at times, but all of it's explained in the book. So I don't think you're going to be stopping to look up a ton of words when you're reading this. I think it's an accessible text for a lot of students. There is some profanity, but mostly it's in conversations that Michael Easter's having with other people in the book that's happening. So that's just a warning if you're sensitive to it, but it's not excessive by any stretch. So that would be my description of this book. I think you'd really enjoy it. And I'm going to read an excerpt from this now from chapter 13 called 12 Places. The mornings are special. It's now 7:45 a.m. on day 6. I wake inside my straitjacket-like mummy sleeping bag that's laid atop an inch-thick blow-up sleeping bag. My head is resting on a pillow of smelly, wadded-up clothes. The teepee is below freezing. Despite these accommodations, I've slept 9 to 10 perfect hours each night. I'm working hard every day. But my stellar sleep pattern also has to do with the darkness and silence, according to Chris Winter, MD, a neurologist and sleep researcher. A third of Americans regularly sleep less than 7 hours a night. Winter says most modern sleep problems are caused by the fact that we are rarely in adequate darkness and silence, two nighttime qualities that humans evolved to sleep in. The fact that we rarely physically exhaust ourselves also factors in. I quietly exit my sleeping bag, slip on my camp shoes, and tiptoe to the entrance of the teepee. A tiny snowstorm of frost falls from its walls as I pull its door zipper. The mossy ground is frozen. It crunches beneath my feet as I walk to the top of the mesa above camp. The snowy peaks of the Brooks Range Mountains are illuminating to the north, and the eastern sky is cantaloupe and pocked with gray and shining white clouds. There's no wind. I hear only the muted churn of a distant river and my own breathing. I stand there for a long time listening to the nothing. Eventually, I pick up another sound. It's my heart beating. It begins to thump in my ears. Then I can hear the inner workings of my lungs. This is undoubtedly the most quiet I've ever experienced. I could stand here all day and this quiet would remain unaltered by commuters, airplanes, construction, the hum of mechanical devices, and all the other noises of the modern world. Then I pick up another sound. It begins gently, but it's gaining volume and coming in fast. It's a low whooshing. I turn to find it. Nothing. It's getting louder. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I look up. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. A raven is flying directly overhead, her coal wings able to, in all that silence, produce a sound like an Apache helicopter. It's not that the wings of the birds in our cities and towns aren't making this sound, or that the rivers, winds, and wildlife everywhere don't emit their own sort of music. It's just that so much of their sound is drowned out by all the noise we humans are making. The silence of the natural world is increasingly hard to find. So if you're interested, check it out, The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter. I have this in my classroom. I doubt our school library has it, but you can come borrow it from me or find it somewhere else at a bookstore. It's a good read. Thanks for watching.